From Afton to Houston.
This is Nina Clark and Beth, and she's working on getting that number 4 done. And she's headed to her pin. So this is kind of the same obstacles that we seen yesterday. If you tuned in yesterday to the finals we had, this number 5 is a pin, and then she has to let them out that number 6. Nice job. She gets the pin. So now she's going to walk up there. And the time will stop when that gate closes. So her time is going to be a 2:40 with 270 points. So each sheep is worth 9 points. So each obstacle is worth 45 points for a total of 270. That's what we're looking for. So Nina and Beth came into the second round with full points and a time of 2:57. And so we'll add that on. Again,
so that was Nina Clark and Beth with a full score of 270 and a time of 2:40. Next up, we'll have Krista Purdom and /Jay Blazy on deck, Irby, Chandler, and Marty in the hole, Brianna Henderson and Roland.
So how this will work is they're going to take the combined total points and time from these 2 rounds, and that's going to name your Futurity champion. So this Futurity class, you have to sign up your dog for this class way before they even start trialing. So the super young dogs, this is kind of the future of the MSSA. So these are fun dogs to watch, young dogs. So Krista Purdom and /Jay Blazy, so they're coming into this round with a time of 4:41 and full points. Calls for her sheep. So this first obstacle is what we call the fetch. And then there is a panel straight ahead. So as those sheep are coming into it, it looks like a dead end, so it's kind of drifting them to the sides. So you're wanting to angle them just a little bit so that they can see that opening, which was perfect. Good job. So good job through 2. So Nina Clark is going to end after 2 rounds. She's going to have full points of 5:40, and her total time after those 2 rounds is going to be 5 minutes 37 seconds. Just working on getting him that number 3. Gets him through 3 nicely. That one is, if you can keep him going straight towards that, they haven't had any issues doing that one. Gets 4 done. Just working on her pin. Nice job. Gets that pin. Nice job. 350.
Okay, that was Krista Purdom and / Jay Blazy with full points and a time of 3:50. Next up, we will have
Okay,
Irby,
so
Chandler,
she
and Marty
is
on
going to
deck,
end after
Brianna
2
Henderson
rounds.
and rowing. In the hole, Trevor Motichka and
So she's going to end after 2 rounds. She's going to have a total time of 8 minutes, 31 seconds, and full points. So good job to her. 2 completed rounds. Up next, we're going to have Irby, Chandler, and Marty. They're coming in after their first round with a time of 2:24 with full points. So I had a smoke and run with Marty. Let's see if they can get it done again today. Marty's headed around those sheep. gets 2 completed. Working on just pushing them again. That number 3 obstacle, you just want to keep them forward moving. If they get turned around, they kind of don't look for that opening. And they're more willing to come back towards this exhaust. Just working on getting them turned back around. I got all my times in. So it looks like as of yesterday, James, Butler, and Rum had the fastest time, and they came in with a 2:14 with full points. So that was the fast run yesterday. A lot of 2 minutes, a lot of 3 minutes. So it'll be fun to see who ends up on top after this. Just sneaking past by their nose. Just wanting him to turn and look. He's just going to slowly back him up and hopefully have him. If he can get one to turn their nose, a lot of them will fall. There we go. Go back just a little bit further. Maybe those back ones are going to push ahead. Just needing some movement. This week, these sheep, sometimes when they get in these close quarters, you got to work them by inches. Any like big explosive movements, and they just kind of scatter. So again, wanting to move slow. He does have one that's facing in there. So if he can get those other ones to kind of turn and follow. We just need that. There we go. So we do have the novice cattle finals going on in the Loyal Life Arena. So if you're in Afton, you want to come watch, we're going to have finals going all day today. The open finals will be this afternoon. The junior handlers will compete this afternoon. They've been waiting patiently all week for their turn to shine, so they'll get to. It's going to be a lot of fun. We also have the family day today. So bounce houses, face paint. I believe that will be starting at noon. We're doing the Futurity sheet finals, and then we'll also have the novice sheet finals. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. This is a 5-minute time limit. So Irby and Marty kind of getting stuck on that number 3, but great job to making it to the finals. He's had a great week, so congratulations to him. So he ends around with 90 points. And so he'll end overall with overall time of 7:24 with 360 points. So good job to Irby and Marty.
Ken and Lori Herbal have been working dogs since the 1970s, training champions, teaching clinics, and putting in real miles across the country. From Afton to Houston, they've earned top honors. Today they help handlers across the country build real partnerships, one dog at a time.
We love to help people train their dogs, and that's what is a big reward for us. And we love to travel the country. We go a lot to the same places, and we work with the same people and the same dogs, and we see them come from beginning all the way up to the high levels.
Go to xpranch.com. It starts with trust. For the Harris family, working dogs in Oregon is a way of life. But in Afton, at the National Stock Dog Finals, they found a second home.
First year I showed at finals, when I walked in that arena, and it felt like somewhere that I could go and have lots of fun and work my dog and be open.
You won't find a person that won't help you out or tell you a good job or, give you a piece of advice.
Catch Carter and Josh in Afton, Wyoming for the Mountain States Stock Dog Association Finals. 10 years in and the largest in the country. Bring your dog.
Up next, we're going to have Brianna Henderson in Rowan. She's also had a great week. She's coming into this round with a total time of 4 minutes and 45 seconds with full points. So we'll see what she can get done. So just working on that number 2. Okay, headed to 3. Okay, so again, a 5-minute time limit for this. So each obstacle is worth 45 points. Each sheep is worth 9 points.
And this is second round of Futurity.
Yeah, so we'll have a winner after this.
What was that again? We'll have a...
Not a wiener, a winner. So yesterday I was saying earlier that James Butler and Rum, they won the round yesterday with unofficially. Again, all these numbers that we give you are unofficial, so take it for what it is. But James Butler and Rum had a nice run of a 2:14 yesterday. So they were kind of sitting in that top spot. But then we also had a 2:22, a 2:45, so it could get close. And we seen that yesterday in the finals that we had between the intermediate and open and nursery.
She's really close to being pinned. She's pinned. Ooh, one was thinking of sneaking out on her.
We haven't seen too many wanting to go back out. There was a couple yesterday, but if you can get them far enough into 5, they're pretty okay to just hang out there until you can get that gate open.
So Roan's got a 4:45 is what he came in with.
And she's going to end this one with a 3:11. So full points. So she's going to end her 2 rounds with 540 points and a total time
of 7:56.
So as of right now, Irby and Marty. Oh no, she Nina and Beth. So their overall time is a 5:37.
Perfect. And she came in with a 250,
2:57.
a 257 and had a 240.
Yeah, she
So
had a really good
Two
one.
really nice runs right in a row.
Great way to start out, like super fast run right out of the gate. So we have Trevor Motichka and HR Flash. They're coming into this round with a total time of 4 minutes and 39 seconds with full points. So we'll see what these two. This is a fun dog again. All of these dogs, I think I could take every one of these dogs home. These Futurity dogs have been super fun to watch. So kind of explain to us the Futurity. I explained it, but I don't think I explained it in a clear enough way. What is the Futurity class?
Well, what did you explain
So,
to them?
Okay,
you,
so the
you start
Futurity
going
dog.
through it again, and we'll just
So the Futurity class, so before your dog can trial at all, you have to sign them up for a Futurity.
yes,
For the
they have to
Futurity.
be. That's one of the biggest kickers right there. They have to be entered into the Futurity before they ever run their first trial, and that's at any venue.
At any venue. So is this their officially first trial, or they can run?
Nope. So
Okay.
they just have to be entered in the Futurity before they are ever trialed at
Listed
any
too.
venue. Then after that, they trial in the nursery class.
Okay.
So these dogs have been trialing in the nursery class, and there's some of them, there's going to be varying amounts of experience, obviously, at that, because some dogs maybe made it to a lot of trials, some maybe made it to a few trials. So
Yeah.
the experience past there is going to vary, and so
Gets them through 3. Didn't even have a bobble on 3.
yeah, so as through the year as they go, that's the class that they compete in is in a nursery class.
Yeah. So even before you know if they're going to be a great trial dog or anything, you have to sign them up to be in the Futurity
Exactly.
if you want them to compete here.
Well, it's before you know how they're going to handle a trial, how they're going to handle all of these situations of going to town and being in a different place. That's the fun of the Futurity is you don't know what you got until you try it out. You're just taking the initial gamble on it.
Yeah, they snuck just past. This number 4 can cause some issues. We've talked about this week. These sheep panels, they go all the way to the ground. So these dogs are having to go all the way around these panels. So your timing has to be spot on to be able so you don't get into that circle game with the sheep. There, he's going to get him.
Yeah,
Nice job.
doing a good job of getting him away from the obstacle enough to be able to flank him around and then direct him into the opening. He's got one hanging up right here.
Here she comes. Nice, easy into this number 5. You don't want to have them come exploding. I did say, though, it would be cool to see them just kind of come in at a trot, come into that number 5, you open the gate, and just have a fluid motion through 5 and 6. That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Haven't seen it yet.
I think a lot of handlers would like to see that.
Yeah.
And Trevor doing a good job getting them penned right there. Kicks the gate open.
And it is a narrow open, so they have to kind of file through.
Yeah, it's
Ooh, that
Yeah,
front
good
one's
job
getting
not-
turned.
yeah. You just don't want to get him too far ahead there and turn these guys around. Then he's going to grab the gate and get it shut for his time.
3:05 for his official time and full points. So he's going to end his 2 rounds with a total of 540 points.
And a total time of 7:44
Ooh, okay.
over 2 rounds.
Okay, that was Trevor Motichka and HR Flash. Time of 3:05. Next up, we have Sonny, Mahurin, and Gemma on deck. Nathan
So this
Meyers and
last
Mia
round,
in the
it's
hole,
important to
James
come
Butler
out
and
and
Slash
even though you
Jay
might be coming in with a higher time, we've seen this in the finals yesterday. We had some people that kind of came in that lower part and they were able to put down a super fast run and they were able to put the pressure on and they held it there. And so you want to just come out and give it your all.
Yeah, and that's especially in the futurity where it's an average of 2 rounds. That's really the big key right here, is to make sure that you just put down as solid of 2 rounds as you can.
Yeah.
And obviously maybe if your first round was long, then you can come in here and cut your average down with a really good second run. So
Yep. So Sonny and Gemma, they had a really good run yesterday. They're coming in with a total time of 2:22 and 270 points. So if he can get another fast run down.
he's coming in with a 222.
Yep, 2:22. Nice. Gets that fetch, no problem. I feel like there's a robin that's flying around, and it's been here all week. And the one day they had sprinklers on during the night in this pen, and she was just happy to be out here looking for worms during these runs. Ooh, nice job.
Through 2.
That one showed a little bit of problems yesterday as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's a tough one. There's nothing really, not a great way to be able to have a bank or a wing or something to kind of help guide those sheep in there. It's kind of a round, the angles of those 2 panels are kind of rounded off anyway. So the best you have is about a 4-foot panel that number 2 sign is hooked onto. They're just needing some forward motion off these guys. There's got him far enough back. A good job. Gemma flanked and almost went a little too far forward, but Sonny stopped her and got her back on that away command to be able to keep that forward motion going through the pen. And a handful of these sheep have drifted down to our right after number 3. These guys wanted to, but Sonny caught him there, and he did a nice job setting up his number 4 obstacle. And he's through and headed to a pen. Well, these guys are going to
go just to
trot
the side.
around the outside there. This is a little bit of that transition of just getting that dog from 4 coming back down here, getting her back up and in contact with these sheep. Sonny's going to take up the space on this side.
He's got one kind of halfway, and if they'll just
they're really
follow.
close. That one.
Yeah, I was going to say that one is just.
He's going to send Gemma around here.
See if he. The only
And
bad thing
they're
about
packed
this.
in here fairly tight, so it'll be
Oh, there we go.
not as bad getting her around here. Ooh, she
is like. She must not be a morning person. That's what we're going to say. She's not a morning sheep.
Sonny's going to put his head down there that time.
That's what I say.
She was going, or
He was going to challenge her.
now needing him to step up here, through.
Good job.
There we go. He's got them all out. He's going to grab his gate to get his stop. And he is going to have another full point run with a time of.
I didn't hear that one, so we'll have to wait for the 3:30.
3:30.
Thank you. Full points, so 540 overall points.
And he's going to have a combined time of 5:52.
5:52. So that puts him in second place as of right now. So
Unofficially there.
unofficially, yeah. Nina and Beth are still holding strong with the total overall time of 5:37. So we have up next, we're going to have Nathan Meyers and Leo. They're coming into this round with a time of 5 minutes and 180 points. Leo is off. So did we decide yesterday that there is another panel on the fetch, so they can only come out this one way, right?
No, they're right there that they just went around. There's a little bit of an L-shaped panel. Where that number 1 is hanging, that has an L shape to it.
Outside. And then is there one on this side that they can't? Can they go out the other side if they want to?
Uh-huh.
Okay, because
As far as I know, they can, and maybe not.
Well, see,
maybe there's a panel there that they can only have the one opening.
that's what I'm wondering, because there wasn't any that came through.
But
Nice job.
Nathan is through the fetch through 2 and on to 3
As I say, I feel like
in a really nice time.
his run didn't go quite how he wanted it to go yesterday, so he's gonna make up some time and show that how to get it done. Leo is another super cool dog. Nathan does a great job training these dogs. And him and his wife, Tiffany, both.
Tiffany's up running in the novice finals in the
Yes.
main arena right now.
So her and Nathan both get to come back in the short round with Simon in the open cattle and the novice cattle. So congratulations to them. That's a big accomplishment.
That is. And a very cool thing for a dog to do that with multiple handlers. It's not a lot of dogs can handle that situation there. Nathan doing a really good job just staying calm right here.
Ooh, he has a couple sneak around. But you can see Leo can work those sheep from quite a ways away.
Yeah.
They know where he's at. They give to the pressure well. Which is nice when...
This guy's going to get a little too far this way. There we go.
Be tough, Nathan. Do like Sonny did.
Oh, that's just what he needed right there. He can
Good job.
gonna down him, and then he's gonna head for his gate.
Nice job.
And nice job. Oh, he
Yeah.
needs to get this gate shut. That will stop his time. And he's gonna finish that up full points and a 2:31. I think I heard.
2:31. Yep. So that's going to put him at a total time of 7:31 for 2 rounds. And
And that's gonna move him to first in the round, though.
yeah, that was a good run, 2:31. So he's going to end with 450 points overall after 2 rounds. So good job, Nathan and Leo. Up next, we have James Butler and /J Hollis. He is coming into this round with a total time of 4 minutes and full points of 270.
And I think that puts him.
You think it puts who?
Now that just a minute. Just doing some thinking.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. We have current placings. 9th.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Look at
So
that.
yeah, Hall's
Nice job.
coming in 9th after the first round, but that'll put him with a 4 minute to take the time he needs to do it in 1:37,
Ooh.
which will be pretty quick.
I'd say, do you think it could be done, though?
You can't put anything out of it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to sheep.
Ooh, just a little short on that
A little
side.
wide, yeah.
I love how some of these dogs, when they get going, their tail gets whipping.
And Hollis, the whole end of his tail right there is all white.
Yeah. Gonna circle him around.
Needs to catch him right there and then put him back around. Nice job. Looking good for number 1.
Ooh, just
Oh,
gonna. Oh, that one almost did it.
She just got feeling pretty good
Yeah.
right there, and she put her head down and kind of just decided she's going to take off for a run.
Just circling. There we go.
Wow.
That's that lead
little-
sheep again. She just doesn't want to turn her head.
Well, and sometimes as they get moving faster, that again, and that's the challenge of 2 is there's nothing to bank them off of. So as they
Yeah.
get going faster, they just go right past that opening if they're too tight. And she's
Yeah,
gonna
she's going to do it again. It's a pretty cool yellow plane.
nice job right
Ooh,
there setting that
there,
one
good
up.
job.
Great job, James and Hollis, on that one.
You can make up some time, though, even though 2 took a little bit of time. If you can keep him in a forward motion through 3 and 4 to 5, actually, too, which he does.
Yeah, and nice
really
job
good job
on
right
that.
there.
Oh, these guys
Yeah,
picked
they're
up a
gonna go
little
to
bit
that
of speed, and
corner.
they're going to get around the edge of that.
Oh, dang it.
He stopped him. He's had him on the way right there, and he stopped him and brought him back. Come by, letting these guys. Oh, they didn't get far enough away
Oh, they're going just a little into
from
the
that
inside.
obstacle.
No, can get just a little slow on that. Those sheep are speeding up just as they come around that corner, and Hollis is just a little bit behind. He's going to push him a little bit further out and see if that can.
Yeah, he's going to get him out there a little way so that he can be able to get this.
Oh.
Flanking a little too far back on that come by.
Yeah.
Or sorry, on that away. No, that was come by as he's come back around. Got a little bit too far right there and wasn't able to get back away.
Ooh, there we
And
go.
there he's got him through 4.
Good job. Want him to slow down just a little bit. Oh, good job.
And that you right there, she was the one earlier. She gets close down here and she just kind of drops her head and goes for a
Yeah.
run.
Good
and
job.
there he goes. But she's also the one in the back right there just
Ooh,
crowding him
yeah.
up. So,
She needs to push him forward.
oh,
Ooh.
not too bad of a deal right there. Now
But
they're
also,
out and through.
You seen that with
He's got to get his gate shut and time.
so with these young dogs, to them that looks like those are escaping out, and so Hollis was just doing his job of going to gather that one back up. So that's why he went ahead of that. So
Yeah, and that's always, I mean, that's 100% the thing is that they want to direct that motion and contain it. And that's exactly what Hollis was doing.
Okay, thank you, James Butler and /J Hollis. That was a time of 3:59.
3:59. So he's going to end up with 7:59
Derek Westover and Badger.
and full points
On
of
deck, Brian
5:40.
Jacobs and Swaco.
So nice
And
job to
Noel
James and
Kim
Hollis.
Martin
He's had a
and
busy
Hazel
week this week with I think he's running what like 5 or 6 dogs. I can't even remember. So great job to making it back to this short round. Well, Futurity they just run 2 rounds, but did a great job. Okay, up next we have Derek Westover and Badger. So he's going to come into this round with a total time of 5 minutes and a score of 216. So he's currently in 16th place. Thank you, SVI, for doing that. That makes it super nice that we can see all that information. I love all the different dog names too. I think my favorite, do you have a favorite name that you've seen this year? I know mine.
I'd not that I can think of off the top of my head. Some of them stand out as like Swaco. There's a Ryan that is spelled R-I-A-N instead of R-Y-A-N.
Oh, that's the one we always thought was rain.
Yeah,
But it's
just
Ryan.
misspelled rain. Yeah, not necessarily a favorite name, I guess, but some that you just remembered because of that.
Yeah.
So what is yours?
Yeti.
Oh, Yeti.
Yep, I was going to say, I can't remember who
Libby
has...
Neaters.
Yep, Libby Neaters and Yeti. And then there's also the rooster, but it's spelled with a W. It's like Waroosta.
Yeah, if that's
Unless
correct.
I say if it's correct. If that's how it's... If it is, it's way cool.
Just
Ooh,
pushing
yeah.
out around again here.
I talked about this earlier in the week, how sheep are kind of creatures of habit, and you're kind of starting to see these lines in the grass of where they run to. There's some trails that they kind of fall in, and not necessarily the correct trail to fall into, but
They're looking pretty good if you can get him on this come by. There he goes.
there he goes. Good job. Gets him through one.
Through the fetch.
We'll see how two goes. So probably a smart move to slow him down right here. Yeah, they just wrapped right around that. Headed to 3. Yep, wanting to keep him on that forward motion just like that. You give them too much time to think on 3, and they'll try to kind of head back towards this exhaust. They're not quite through it, though. There they go.
And that's, because you're trying to hold him out there, so the where you're applying the pressure, that's what does it. If you get too far down, too far around on the flank, then it's going to catch the eye of those sheep, and it's going to stop them and pull them back around.
Ooh, just.
And that's the line that you're flirting with right there, is that you want to stay far enough out there that it keeps them against the edge of the arena, but not too far that it stops their momentum and brings them back. And now if they do that, it's not the end of the world. It's just that it adds an extra command in there, because then you got to send them back away, and then you got to pick them back up again.
Yeah.
And then it ends up being a little bit of a back and forth right there.
You might be able
There,
to.
if you can get now, watch to the come by.
Oh, just.
And just not quite back fast enough there to get them turned in time for the obstacle.
So if you guys are tuning in, we also have the novice cattle finals happening in the Loyal Life Arena. So tune into that one. That one's looks fun. We went and watched a couple runs this morning, and it's a fun course. It'll be good to see. It'll be fun to see who comes out on top on that one. And then after that, I believe we go to intermediate cattle. There's a lot of cattle finals going on in that main arena. And then this afternoon, we'll do the open finals, and then the junior handlers. They've waited all week. They get to compete.
Derek in on his pin. Swings the gate open. Oh, watch this one. And he's through. Oh!
So didn't get 6 then.
Not sure on that one if he.
We'll listen in for his score. So he will end with an overall time of 10 minutes. And then we'll just wait to hear on score-wise, because I'm not sure how number 6 worked. where the buzzer went off before he got that gate shut. I'm assuming no points, but we're going to take a little break and fix some tarp. We'll be back.
For the Harris family, working dogs in Oregon is a way of life. But in Afton, at the National Stock Dog Finals, they found a second home.
First year I showed at finals when I walked in that arena, and it felt like somewhere that I could go and have lots of fun and work my dog and be open.
You won't find a person that won't help you out or tell you a good job or, give you a piece of advice.
Catch Carter and Josh in Afton, Wyoming for the Mountain States Stock Dog Association Finals. 10 years in and the largest in the country. Bring your dog.
Country Vet Naturals dog food is crafted for hard-working dogs. Packed with high-quality protein, essential vitamins and minerals, it's designed to fuel their energy and endurance. No fillers, no artificial additives, just pure natural nutrition for your loyal partner. Our formulas support your dog's digestive health, ensuring they can thrive at their best with comfort and ease. Country Vet Naturals gives your dog the strength and stamina to perform their best. Because when the job's tough, they deserve the best. Power your dog's performance with Country Vet Naturals.
Thank you, Charlie. Thanks, Rocky. Thanks, Cooper. You too, Toby and Jody and Daisy and Sadie and Gracie. Your loyalty means everything to us, which is why we perfected the recipes behind our food and included special support for mobility and immunity. Find premium nutrition near you at NutrenaWorld.com/loyallife. Nutrena, what's inside counts.
And Swaco? Okay. They're coming in 10th position. Total points 270 and total time of 241. They're lined up for it if they can just. Good job. So yeah, Brian, they had a great run coming in with a 241. headed to this number 3. Again, after they complete 2, the handler can leave that handler box. But they still can't cross that orange spray painted line that you can kind of see over there by Brian.
Just holding up just a little bit right here. He's got to get them all facing around again and moving.
Yeah.
They're all just backed up against the edge.
We've seen this a lot. They have to be going in that forward motion to see that opening, or else if there is a panel there. There we go.
And a lot of times when they're faced towards something and they're backed up against something, their motion is going to be forward and over top of something rather than turn around and go to the either side. So
yeah. And it can eat up a lot of time.
Yep. And this, especially where the motion is, we need it to go to our left here.
And the handlers can't help. It's all the dog.
Yep.
That gets them through.
They're off to 4.
They kind of speed up here in the middle of the arena and head towards this back corner.
They're just a little too close to that
he got
obstacle
2.
to get them turned.
He's a big dog, too. I didn't realize.
Yeah, Swaco's a good-sized dog.
Just got to get around.
And there he goes. Watch him back to the away side.
Ooh, good job. Headed to his pen. Again, wanting to go just a little. It's going to happen. I have a feeling. One group is just going to run into there.
No, we've seen them run into there. The thing we haven't seen is that they just run straight in there without the handler behind it and him able to, or.
Oh, shoot. Well, they're all right there. Oh, good.
There, he's got them back around and in. He's going to down Swaco at the end of the pen. Get the gate open.
I was going to say,
she was thinking.
Needs to stay.
There we go, and shut the gate.
350.
350 on his time.
So he came in with a 241. So full points for the 2 rounds of 540. And we will calculate his total time. Again, unofficial time, so don't take it.
And he came in with a
241.
241.
And he got this one in 350.
And a 350.
Okay, good job.
So that gives him a total time of 6:31.
6:31. So as of right now, Nina Clark and Beth, they were the first one out. She was able to put down a fast run of 240. She came in with a 257, so her overall time is a 537. So she's still holding in that first position. Our family day is happening today. It is the day that all the kids are looking forward to. Derek Westover with Sunrise Stock Dogs and Livestock, Clyde and Doreen McCourt and Mountain Mama Mohair. They're the sponsors of this. We couldn't do it without them. There's bouncy houses that are going to be starting at 12. I believe one has water, so that'll be a lot of fun. There's also going to be face painting. So come down, watch the finals in the grandstands, let your kids play on those bounce houses. It'll be a great day. Okay, so we have Tina Blenn and H.H. Drew. They're coming in to this round in 8th place. They have a total time of 322 and 270 points. So full points on our first round. And Drew is ready. And wasted no time getting down there and getting behind the sheep.
And really pretty seamless on number 1.
Ooh, they're going to pen.
Yeah, they are really kind of wanting into there. I'll send her around and hopefully she catches them for 2, which she does.
So if in some of these rounds, if we do have 2 handlers that end up with the same amount of points in the same time, then we go to what we call the tie time, and it's how fast they get them through the fetch. So that's kind of our tiebreaker. Just working them along that rail. We got 2 in the back. We got this one that's just hanging out in the back. I believe she's working on 4. Ooh, she's got 1 hanging up just a little bit. That one decided to go to the outside. Send him. Might be a little too, yeah, a little too late on that away. So she's going to circle him. There, she's going to get him lined up. Oh, so close. It's fun to see the handler strategies. Some get really low, some, yep, she's going to go down low to get on their level, which worked nicely, gets them in. She needs to push them up just a little bit further. Nice job. 433. So that is going to put her with full points for the round and full points for the 2 rounds, so 540 points, and she's going to end with a 7:55 for total time. So great job to Tina and Drew. 2 great rounds in the Futurity. Up next, we're going to have Sarah Venegas and SLV Veny. So she's coming into this round with a total time of 5 minutes and 180 points.
In the hole, James Butler and HR Rum.
So she's coming into this round in 19th place. So 180 points with a total time of 5 minutes. This Futurity class yesterday, we had wind pickup, and so it got super loud. It's kind of nice that we're doing this in the morning and we don't really have a wind. Headed to this number 2. Ooh, just a little. They didn't go far though, so she can bring that one back. They should be clear now. Watch that one on the end. Good job. She had one that was thinking that it was going to decide to go the other way, but Veny got around it. Again, wanting to keep that forward motion going on this one. Yeah, good job. As they come into this middle of the arena, they kind of speed up to head towards that corner. They're going to spread out just a little bit. But kind of puts them in a good position for Veny to get around them. Nice. Sarah's going to push him over there towards that opening and send Veny to the other side. Come on, sheepies, just walk in. Ooh, watch that nose. Good job. Nice job. Get that gate. 226. I believe that puts her in the lead for the round. So not only did she finish that sheep run, but she did it in a 226. So Nathan and Leo were leading it with a 231. So great job to her. So she's going to end her 2 rounds with a 7:26 for time.
Butler and Rum in the hole. Timmons and
And she's going to end the 2 days with 450 points. So great job, Sarah and Veny. Great way to end that Futurity round. Again, that's the time to beat, or as of right now, is a 226. Up next, we have Nathan, Meyers, and Goose. They're coming into this round with a total time of 5 minutes with 180 points, so that puts them currently in 20th position. Nathan and Leo had a great run here just a little bit ago with the 231, so he knows this course. Let's see if him and Goose can put down a fast run. That's another good dog name, is Goose. Who just snuck past that fetch. Oh. There, he's going to get around him. Good job. He did kind of a wider outrun to get around him to turn those shoulders. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, man. Ooh, there you go. Nice. Headed to 3. Nice job on 3. Again, send them around. Get them lined up. Perfect timing on that one. Ooh, they're going to go just to that side. Nice job. Gets him pinned, so he's going to send Goose up there to hold the line. He's going to get that gate open. Get it shut. 244. Full points. So he's going to end up with 450 points and a total time of 7:44. So currently Nina, Clark, and Beth, unofficially, they have that overall time. They're winning it with a 5:37. So James Butler and HR Rum, they're coming in next. They had our fast run yesterday with a 2:14 and full points. So we'll see what James and Rum can do. Currently in first place after round 1. And Rum is ready. He knows where the sheep are coming from. We even got a jet in the background. That's pretty cool. Gets him through the fetch. Not wanting him to speed up too much so that they look like they're lined up for that number 2. Keeping him moving forward through that number 3. Not a bobble so far. Just a nice clean run. Just going to send him around. Great job through 4. Headed to 5. Ooh. Great job. Gets the pin. Oh, watch that back one. She's kind of looking like she's not 100% sure if she wants to. Come on, go out. Yeah, push him out. Push him out. Nice run for James and Rum. 2:02. that will be your fast time for the round. And also, overall, that puts him at a 4:16 after 2 rounds with full points of 540. So he currently is winning the round and also overall Futurity. So great job to James and Rum. Again, all unofficial. These are just our numbers that we have. So good job to him. We have Chris Timmons and Trick coming up next. So Chris Timmons is coming in 15th place, total points of 225 and a time of 5 minutes. A 5:13 for Sagey Wagey in this cattle. Good job to her. Okay, let's see if I was looking up. I thought I seen something about this dog, so I'm going to see if I can find it. Great job through the fetch. Nice job through 2. Oh yeah, you got to get them all the way through there. Nine. Great job. They kind of got a little bit spread out there, but they were able to file through. Oh, just sneaks past. He's just going to work on bringing them back past. Gets them through 4. Nice job. He's going to end with a 3:04 with full points, so that's going to put him at a 7:04 total time after 2 rounds with 500 and, oh no, not 540 points. It's going to put him with 495 is what he's going to come in with. Good job, Chris and Trick.
Good job, Chris Timmons and Trick. That was full points, and it's down to the 04.
Okay, we have Brian Jacobs and Beth. They are currently sitting in 17th place. They're coming in with 180 points in a time of 5 minutes. No problem through that fetch. So we have about 8 dogs left in this Futurity final. Once this is done, we will have a novice sheep handlers meeting, and then we'll get right into the top 18 novice sheep. Just having to skirt to that side. They're going to get through. Wanting to get these guys turned around and keep them moving in that forward motion. There he gets them. Man, there's a lot of planes out today. Gets them stopped and headed through that 4. Ooh, he got one in. The other ones weren't too excited about that, so they kind of jumped back, but didn't go far. There he gets him. You can get that gate open. Gets his gate shut. He's going to end with a 305 and 180. So he got 270 on that one. So then he's going to do, so he's going to end with 450 points and a total time of 805. So good job to Brian and Beth getting a run completed. Okay, we have Stuart, Mitchell, and Jill. They're currently sitting in 11th place with a total time of 423 and 270 points. This is a cool dog to watch. She's small, but she's mighty. Holy cow, she is quick. She doesn't mess around. Oh, they just at the last minute. There we go. Good job. Wanting him to slow down just a little bit so they'll come. Oh, you dirty suckers. But didn't go far. Oh, yeah, we're going to get in the... He's going to send Jill around this side, but just a little too big of outruns to get. She's a little bit behind. And they're not really looking for that opening right there. It's going to kind of push him this way. There we go. Good job. Bringing him back to this number 3. So if you are in Afton and you want to come down, the novice cattle finals are happening right now. We're going to have cattle finals happening all day in that Loyal Life Arena. We have the Futurity finals happening right now. And then we'll also roll into the novice sheep finals after this. So still a lot to be had today, so come on down. It's family day. There's going to be bounce houses and face painting starting at noon today. There's food vendors here. She's just going to circle him. There we go. Oh, hurry, hurry, hurry. Not quite far enough. Stuart's one of our commentators as well. I think I could sit and listen to him all day commentate. He does a really, really good job. Ah, just to that side of that again. Again, maybe wanting to push him out just a little bit further. Ooh. There she gets him. Good job, Jill. Ooh, just going to that side. There, he's going to get him. Nice job. 435. So full points. So I'm going to figure out his... So he's going to end with a total time of 8 minutes, 58 seconds, and 540 points for the 2 rounds. So good job, Stuart and Jill.
Meyers and Beth in the hole, Frankie Acosta and /J Annie.
Thank you to Flying Finn's Border Collies for being one of our sponsors for the finals this week. Okay, we have Sarah back in the arena. She was able to put a fast time down with her dog Veny, currently sitting in first place for the round with a 2:26. So we're going to see what her and Mia can do. Oh, sorry, nope. James and Rum took it with a 2:02. I forgot about that. So she's second right now. So still a fast run. She was super excited. So they're coming in to this round with a total time of 5 minutes and 180 points. So currently she's sitting in 22nd with Mia. So yeah, James and Rum, again, they had our fast time yesterday with a 2:14, and currently they're sitting in first for the round with a 2:02 is the time to beat. She has one that just sneaks off to that side, but quickly gets them wrapped back around. Ooh, good stop right there. There she gets them. Oh, nice. Nice catch by Mia. Again, wanting to keep him on that forward motion through this number 3. Perfect. Ooh, took a wrong command right there. She wanted her to go on an away, and she went on a come by, so kind of stopped that. Here she's going to get him circled. He has them lined up to go through number 4. Coming in a little hot to this. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe they're... No. I thought they were going to just dive right in there. Still, nice job into that pin. Nice job for Sarah and Mia. 3:25. Full point, so she's going to end with a 8:25 total time. And she's going to end with 450 points. So good job. 2 complete runs in that Futurity for her and her dogs, Mia and Veny. So great job.
Meyers and Beth. On deck, Frankie Acosta and / J. Annie. In the hole, Charter Harris.
Next up, we have Nathan Meyers and Beth.
They're coming in 23rd place with a total points of 135 and a time of 5 minutes. Those dogs have to be behind those two panel lines before they can start. They can be on the inside.
They can be inside or outside.
outside.
They just have to start behind the front of the panel.
Beth picking up the sheep. She had a little trouble yesterday finding them. These are young dogs, and this is their first time in these trial settings, and so them figuring out where the stock are coming from. You have stock behind you as well, but she picks them up.
And Beth hasn't been trialed a lot, I know. So her experience in trialing isn't a whole lot, but looking really nice right now. Ooh, just getting almost a little wide. But getting her over there, she took that away command far enough to get them done.
Kind of having them split there.
And see that a little tough right there where she was flanking around and she came tight on that flank. And by the time she got there, she was way too close to those sheep, and it kind of gave a little bit more excitement there than what he wanted. There we go. Got him through.
Quick little dog.
There we go. Doing a nice job. She's not over flanking right here either. Staying in a pretty good spots as far as coming around and catching not too far the eye, but that one's squirting around the outside, so he's going to try this one again.
Do you need a stress ball while you're up here?
Yeah. As you notice, as Beth kind of picks up speed, she gets a little bit tight. She kind of flattens out.
Which causes the sheep to kind of speed up.
Yep. Which is kind of what Beth is probably wanting. Beth likes this excitement of commotion, I'm pretty sure. I know the bloodlines on this one, and she likes commotion, I'm pretty sure. So as she can pick those up, she kind of gets a little bit of an adrenaline rush with that. And that's kind of her jam right there. Ooh, taking a wrong command right there. But Nathan doing a good job keeping her calm down. He's getting her stopped at the points that he needs her to stop at. These inside flanks are looking really nice. Oh.
And also these young dogs, to have them drive those sheep away from you, that's asking them a big thing when they're super young.
Yeah, driving away is more advanced. But But some dogs like to drive things away from you occasionally more than they like to bring them to you, even when they get in that mode. But Beth doing a good job through 3. Ooh, and just running out of time coming into 4 right there. But nice job, Nathan and Beth. Next up, we have Frankie Aosen / J Annie. Frankie and Annie are no strangers to winning. They've been doing quite well this year. And they've had a really good final so far as I can remember. So Annie is off and running. Ooh, little wide and hot right there, but getting them shut down almost. He's going to send her around. Send her around again, see if she can put them through the fetch right there. And getting them turned into number 2 right here. We're past the fetch. I was going to say the fetch again, but into 2 and off and down the edge to 3. There we go.
Oh, man.
Nice job through 3. Got a little bit lined out right there on the arena side, but he was able to get Annie shut down and back and forth, get everything contained. He's going to send them away right here. Just going to be a little bit too wide.
I say he was barely at a minute coming into that number 4.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's got a good time cooking along right here.
There, wrap her around.
Yeah,
Yeah, gonna get a little.
And this is sometimes, this is the bad habit of 4 is sometimes we want to feel like we can just really just pop them right there and then beat them around the corner and get them thrown in there. But a lot of times they'll flatten out and get too far to either side.
Yeah. And once they've done it once, that's kind of where they're looking to go.
Yeah, the more times that they do this wrong,
oh, there we go,
the tougher it is. But he finally got him bent around right there. And Frankie's going to try and catch in front of him here.
Side.
But he's got Annie off to the edge. Oh.
Oh, he's got one. Oh, they kind of just scattered there. Again, wanting to be fast, but this one you need to slow down just a little bit and work by inches.
Just apply applying pressure at the right time at the right spot. And sometimes by just the tip of a nose, we're just fine, and sometimes we're not just fine.
Oh, watch that. Don't want him to come back.
There we go. He's going to get back around. And through, grab his gate, get it shut. Nice job for Frankie and Annie. Good solid run here and full points with a time of 2:59.
So that's going to put them with a total time.
All right, that was Frankie Acosta and / J. Annie. Full points
They have
and
a
a time of 2:59. Next up, we have Carter Harris and Hazel on deck.
2:45 was there.
In the hall, Ray Temple and GMB Stick.
5:44. Is that what you got?
I don't know. I'm not that far along yet. I didn't know that's what I was doing.
Okay, so 5:44. So again, Nina Clark and Beth, as of right now, their total time is a 5:37. So that's kind of the time to beat. Up next, we have Carter Harris and Hazel. They've had a great week. He comes in with a total time of 5 minutes and 180 points.
And he drew the black sheep.
He drew the black sheep.
Nice job. I'm setting him up for the
Yeah.
fetch here.
Him and his dad and his brother have had a great week here at finals.
Yeah.
We watched Parker earlier in the cattle finals. He'll be coming back for the novice sheep finals. Yeah. Carter's in the Futurity and he was in the intermediate.
I think he won
I think he
intermediate
won
sheep
intermediate,
yesterday.
Yeah. His dad finished a run yesterday. He was super excited. He got his name up on the big screen over there, so he was super happy about that. So a very successful week for the Harris family.
There, found the right spot.
Perfect.
Ooh, just inside.
Yeah.
Not getting far enough across the arena right there. Before Hazel had flanked around and caught their eye and pushed him just inside.
Kind of getting a little far over in the arena. Nice. Good job. His dad's over here watching on the fence. He gets a little nervous, so he moves back and forth. And just wanting him to...
A little wide for that outside edge. There he goes. Got most of them there.
Nice job.
Yeah. There, he's got him in that alleyway. If he can sneak up there and grab that gate.
Yep, get him out of there.
And get them
Nice
through.
job, Carter.
Shut his gate. Great job. Going to finish full points in a time of 2:51.
Yep. So he's going to finish with 450 points and a total time of 7:51. Great job for Carter and Hazel. Our Family Day sponsors, Coal Creek Stock Dogs, Clyde and Doreen McCourt, Mountain Mama Mohair, and Sunrise Stock Dogs and Livestock, which is Derek Westover. Thank you to them for being the sponsor. It's starting today at noon. Our kids look forward to this. All the kids, there's bounce houses, there's face paint. It's just a fun way to celebrate kind of the end of the week. So thank you to them.
Full score and time of
Up next, we're going to have Beth
Next
Stoolsy
up, we have
and
Beth
John.
Stoolsy and
She's
John.
coming in number
On deck,
24.
Ray Temple and
So
GFB
24th place.
Sticks.
She has a
In the
total
hole,
time
Mike
of 5
Clark and
minutes.
/ J.
We're getting down to the last 3 of this Futurity sheet finals, and then we'll take a break. And I haven't seen a message about when the nurse or the novice meeting will be. So we'll wait to hear on that. So Beth, Stoolsy, and John.
Looks like she's.
I was gonna say, I think she's gonna call it.
He's kind of blown her off on a couple calls there, and she's gonna say, "Hey, we're just gonna be all right with this."
Yep.
So, nice try. Little, not quite what Beth was looking for, but.
All right.
Yeah.
Beth's just gonna call it a day. Up next, we'll have Ray Temple and GFB Stick, and then Mike Clark and Dove.
So currently, James Butler and HR Rum are winning the round with a 2:02, and they're also winning the overall time with a total time of 4:16. That's kind of that 2:02's the time to beat for the Futurity. So up next, we're going to have Ray Temple and GFB Stick. You don't sell them, they're free. You can visit workingstockdogs.com. They're one of our sponsors this year. You can find trials in the US and Canada, upcoming clinics, breeders, trainers, dogs, and more. So visit them at workingstockdogs.com. Okay, up next we're going to have Ray Temple and GFB Stick. They're coming in currently in 7th place with full points of 270 and a time of 3:13. So we're going to see what Ray and Stick can get done. Just going to slide to the side of that fetch and circle him around. Ooh, good sliding stop, gets him through. Oh. There we go. Nope, they're going to go. Just going to sneak by again. It's not that big of an opening right there, so. There he's going to get him. Headed to 3. Just wanting to keep a forward motion. Letting him see that opening right there. He's got 2 loaded. Nice.
This drifting down to number 4 right here. And just a
Oh,
little
shoot.
too early getting there.
Got a little too excited about that.
But that's the line you're looking for right there, is to just be able to get there on your away flank as they're coming around the edge of those panels so that they can neck down through number 4. And then always a tough situation right here. Not letting these sheep get far enough back behind this obstacle to where you can get some space and direct them.
Yeah.
And it kind of just, that pressure pushes them straight across the face of that obstacle. But he's going to reset these sheep. See if he can do this again. And
Just getting.
Another variation of that is driving them back past away to the end of that arena. And then instead of sending on a come by flank, you can send a away flank and scoop them in. Or you can do what Ray did right there and just put them through either way.
Right.
So he's down here to his pen. He's caught these sheep up a little bit. And he's got one that's trying it out, stepping in. Nice job on the pen. And he is through and going to get his gate shut for his time. Looks like he's going to get this done up in about a 3:15 in full points. Nice job for Ray and Stick.
So they're going to end with 540 points and a time of
3:15, excuse me. Up next, we'll have Mike Clark and /J.
6:28 is what they're going to end their 2 rounds with. So good job to them. Our last run of this Futurity final is going to be Mike Clark and /J. Dove. And they're coming in to this round with a total time of 4:08 and 270 points. So that he's currently in 10th place as he starts his run.
Mike calls for his sheep. Dove is ready. They're off and rolling. And he is right through the fetch and headed for number 2. And they're going to get just a little bit long right there. But he'll catch him and rebound him back. So he's going to send him right here on the way, or come by, then he's going to send him away. Right there, and it's kind of a little bit of a dance back and forth, and he's going to hold up and let that sheep come back. That's a nice thing. If you just hold still on some of those, if they're looking for the right spot, you just hold still for a minute and they follow through. Had he moved Dove right there, he probably would have just pushed her around the wrong side of that pen. These guys holding up just a little bit in front of the pen right here. But he's got her back behind and moving out now. There's enough room there to get Dove in between and start driving away.
I was going to say, and Mike can step out of that box because where he completed number 2.
Oh, yeah, you know, I forgot about that. He might could have stepped out there and pushed those sheep off just a little bit. Helped get some space. Now it's a little bit of the back and forth trying to get these guys to look. He's got one that's going to get caught up in this V right here. It's a little tough.
But they were in it, so they know it's there. So if he can work him back into that.
Yeah, and they're back in 2 right here, and Mike still, I don't think, realizes that he can leave that box.
Yeah. Which, again, there's a lot of stuff happening, and it's just one of those things. And sometimes, like you said, it's better to stay in there because then you're not worrying about your placement.
Well, and if a lot of times if you don't know for sure, it's better not to find out by just getting them splitted up right here. They're getting one off by itself, clear down into the corner, but he's got them back together here. Coming up on about 3 minutes here, looking to go to number 3.
Yeah, they're really not wanting to drive back to that
Yeah, they're
other
just.
side of the arena. They know where that exhaust is.
But again, too, Mike could hop out of this box, and he could.
Oh, there he goes.
I think he just remembered that he could.
There he's gonna go.
So he's going to try 3 again here. You kind of have to watch the front sheep on this right now. The back sheep right now don't matter as much, but getting them tipped over, now he needs to get off right here to the way. Needs another away. Probably wants to get his dog over there to help him out a little bit.
He's coming on in about 4 minutes. And just walk him up
Start
there.
working him down the fence line. And that's Dove just flanking far enough off right here. Mike's trying to push him down the arena, and Dove is just flanked off far enough. It's catching these sheep's faces and pulling them back to him so they feel like they're boxed in right there and not really moving. There we go. Now there. Now he's through. And these guys going to come around and back into the middle of the arena. But he's got him caught and headed. He's got about 15 seconds to get over here and through 4 and pick up as many points as he can. There we go. That's a nice line right there.
Nice job.
Didn't flank too far to push him back out of the.
Oh.
So he's just going to get 4 done and getting a little too out of time.
So he's going to end with
the total score of 180. And that'll conclude our Futurity sheep.
So he had 180 for this round. He came in with 270, so 450 points, and he's going to end with a 9:08 total time. So unofficially, it looks like James Butler and H.R. Rum, they are going to win the round with a 2:02 with full points, and they're also going to be in that first place position overall with a total time after 2 rounds of 4:16. So good job. And I believe your second place is going to be Nina Clark and Beth.
With a 5:37.
With a 5:37.
And this is overall.
All, yeah,
this
overall.
is our average of 2.
Yeah, average of 2.
And then it's going to come down here to.
So 5:37, and we have a 6:31 right here. We have a 6:28.
5:44 with Frankie Acosta and / J. Annie.
So they're going to be third.
It looks like they're going to be third. And then it's going to go to a 6.
Oh, wait, we had a. Oh, yeah, never mind.
Then it's going to go to a 6:28 with Ray Temple and Stick.
So that's going to be fourth.
Is looking like it is 4th. Nope, sorry. Brian Jacobs and Swaco is going to be 4th with a 6:31, and then it's going to put Ray Temple and Stick
at 5th.
At 5th with a 6:20.
And that's for your.
No. Sorry. Holy criminy. 6:28 to Ray Temple is 4th. 6:31 to Brian Jacobs, and Swaco will put him 5th. So that would round out your top 5. Then as far as the second round goes, it looks like, again, James and Rum is going to have that 202 for our first. And I think Sarah Venegas and Veny is going to have a 226 in second. And then Nina Clark. Nope.
Nathan Meyers and Leo.
Nathan Meyers and Leo with a 231.
And then Nina.
And then Nina with a 240. And then I think down here to Frankie Acosta. Nope.
Carter and Hazel.
Carter and Hazel had a 251.
So
I think is going to round out our
Yeah.
top part of that class unofficially.
So great job for all the handlers in that Futurity for 2 rounds. They did a phenomenal job, so congratulations to them. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to be back with the novice sheep final round. After we get done with novice sheep, we're going to have our novice champion.